This video is brought to you by mywayteaching.com.
In this part, we are dealing with Earth satellites. Okay. See, Earth satellites are the objects which revolve around this, Earth, similar to planets. Because they are similar to planets, even the Kepler laws of planetary motion, what we discussed previously, they are applicable even to these satellites. And Moon is the only natural satellite. Okay, of the Earth with a near circular orbit with a time period of approximately 27.3 days, which is also equal to the rotational period of the Moon about its own axis. And the orbits of these satellites around the Earth, it can be circular or even elliptical. Since 1957, advances in technology have enabled many countries, including India, to launch artificial Earth satellites for practical use in the fields like telecommunication, geophysics, and meteorology. Okay, we are launching so many artificial satellites for various purposes. So let us consider a satellite which is in a circular orbit at a distance re plus h from the center of the earth, where re is the radius of the earth. If m is the mass of the satellite, and if we consider v as its speed, then the centripetal force which is required for this orbit is given by, okay, the centripetal force which is required by that orbit is given by m v square by re plus h. Okay, so which is directed towards the center. This centripetal force is provided by the gravitational force. So the value of this gravitational force is given by Gmme by re plus h, since we are considering the satellite at a distance re plus h. So equating these two equations, we get the value of v square, that is given by gme by re plus h. So if v decreases, h increases. So from the equation, the speed v for h is equal to 0, if you consider, then that is given by gmv by re. So we can write it as GRE, because GME by RE square is G, where we have used the relation, that is G is equal to GME by RE square. Suppose in every orbit the satellite traverses a distance of 2 pi re plus h. Okay, if you consider for every orbit the satellite traverses this much distance with the speed v, then its time period t is given by 2 pi re plus h by v, isn't it? In other words, if you substitute the value of v that we just derived, we'll get 2 pi Re plus H whole raised to 3 by 2 divided by square root of GME. Squaring on both the side, we get T square is equal to K Re plus H whole cube, where this K is given by 4 pi square by GME. So, which is Kepler law of periods as applied to the motion of satellites around the Earth. For a satellite which is very close to the surface of the Earth, H can be neglected in comparison to Re. In that case, so we can take T naught is equal to, if you neglect the H, Re by G. So, if you substitute the numericals, such as given by 2 pi radius of the earth, it is 6.4 into 10 raised to 6, and the value of G is 9.8 seconds. We get it as 85 minutes approximately. Okay, so now let us consider a simple problem. The planet Mars has two moons, isn't it? That is given by Phobos and Deimos. So the planet Mars has two moons, Phobos and Deimos. Phobos has a period of 7 hours 39 minutes and an orbital radius of 9.4 into 10 raised to 3 kilometer. Calculate the mass, okay, of the Mars. Assume that Earth and Mars move in circular orbits around the Sun, with the marathon orbit being 1.52 times the orbital radius of the Earth. So, what is the length of this Martian year in days? So, we know the value, we should find the time period. Mass first, we should find the mass of the mass. So, using the equation, that is T square is equal to 4 pi square divided by 4 g mm r cube. So here we want mass of the mass, that is given by 4 pi square g r cube by t square. So substituting the value, you can make it, make it simple. This one is given by 6.67 into, we can take it as 4.59 into 6 whole square into 10 raised to minus 5, whose value will be 6.48 into 10 raised to 23 kg, the mass of the mass is this much. So coming to the second part, see once again here we have to use Kepler's third law, that is given by Tm square by Te square, that is equal to R square ms divided by R square es, where RMS is mass sun distance and RES is earth sun distance. Okay, so Tm is equal to 1.52 times they have given, it is greater than 1.52 times, so that is given by 684 days. This is the solution. So now let us solve another one simple problem. The question, weighing the earth, you are given the following data, that is G is equal to 9.81 meter per second, RE is equal to 6.37 into 10 raised to 6 meter. The distance to the moon R is 3.84 into 10 raised to 8 meter, and the time period of the moon's revolution is given by 27.3 days. Obtain the mass of the earth in two different ways. See, one equation we know, that is mass of the earth we can calculate using G RE square divided by G. So here we know the value of G, that is 9.81, and radius that is given it as 6.37 into 10 raised to 6 square, and the value of G is 6.67 into 10 raised to minus 11. So after simplifying this, we get the mass as 5.97 into 10 raised to 24 kg. And the another way, the moon is a satellite of the earth, isn't it? So from the Kepler's third law, we have an equation, that is time period is equal to 4 pi square r cube divided by GME. So here we want ME, we can take it out and we'll get 4 pi square r cube divided by gt square, so which is equal to 4 3.14 3.14 into 3.84 whole cube into 10 raised to 24 divided by 6.67 into 10 raised to minus 11 into 27.3 into 24 60 square whole square. So the value of m, that is 6.02 into 10 raised to 24 kg. So these are the two different ways and both are almost same value. So now let us see one more simple problem. See, express the constant k of equation 8.38 in days and kilometers, given k is equal to 10 raised to minus 13 second square meter raised to minus 3. The moon is at a distance of 3.84 into 10 raised to 5 kilometer from the earth. Obtain its time period of revolution in days. So first of all, that equation 8.38 is nothing but t square is equal to k r e plus h the whole square. So here we should express the constant k in days and kilometers with these given values. So they have given k as 10 raised to minus 13, isn't it? So using equation 8.38, we should calculate the value of t in terms of days. So this is 10 raised to minus 13, 1 by 24, 60 into 60. 24, 60 into 60, d square, and in terms of kilometer, that is 1 by 1000. This is to express in terms of days and kilometers. This is for day and this is for kilometer. So we get the equation result as 1.33 into 10 raised to minus 14 d square kilometer raised to minus 3. Okay. So if you substitute this value of k in the t square equation of 8.38, that is k into re plus h whole cube. That is 3.84 into 10 raised to 5. We'll get the value as 27.3 d. Okay. It also holds good for elliptical orbit if we replace re plus h by a semi-major axis of the ellipse. The Earth will then be at one of the foci of the ellipse.